This is Long Way to the Top, and I'm your host, Shane Bryan. Welcome to Season 4 of Long Way to the Top, the podcast where we dive deep into the stories behind rock's biggest names, their defining moments, and the road that brought them here. Now, I'm kicking off this year with a bit of a bang, maybe a little bit later than planned, but with some incredible guests along the way. Andrew Farriss, Tim Finn, members of Spandau Ballet, and we'll also be revisiting some interviews from the vault that either never made it to Season 3 or simply too good not to hear again. Now, I wanted to kick off Season 4 with an interview that is very relevant today, given the sad news of the passing of Phil Campbell from Motörhead. He was a guitarist whose riffs and firepower helped define one of the loudest and most influential bands in heavy music. For more than 30 years, Phil Campbell stood shoulder to shoulder with Lemmy and Motörhead, helping shape the band's unmistakable sound on albums like Orgasmatron, Bastards and Inferno. Together, they toured the globe relentlessly, building one of the most powerful legacies in rock, until Lemmy's passing in 2015. And that brought that incredible chapter to a close. But Phil didn't hang up the guitar. Instead, he carried that same raw spirit into a new chapter with his boys, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, a band that just happened to feature his own sons alongside him on stage. It was family, it was loud, and it was very much cut from that same rock and roll cloth. When I spoke to him last year, he was getting ready to embark on a tour around Australia with his sons. Phil Campbell wasn't just a guitarist, he was a lover of rock, someone who spent decades living, breathing and bleeding rock and roll. And today, on Long Way to the Top, we dive deep into the stories behind the riffs, the road and the remarkable career as we remember Phil Campbell. Phil, welcome to the show.
Hello, Sean. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Sorry. Yeah,
that's all right.
It shows how tired I am.
What time is it over in Wales?
It's 20 minutes to 11. We got back from the weekend's festivals yesterday, so I'm pretty tired this morning. But I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay for this interview. No problem.
Awesome. Well, I want to go back because we are a long way to the top. I want to go back. We will talk about your upcoming tour in Australia. We'll talk about your band that you've been in for quite a few years now. 2016. So that's getting on to 10 years. But I want to go back to the moment that you actually picked up the guitar. What was the thing that actually lit the spark for you?
A friend loaned me an album. Vinyl, Jimi Hendrix in the West. It was like 7 live tracks on there, and it just blew me away. The noise he made with that guitar. It's since been deleted. It was many years ago, but then I think I found out that it's been undeleted now, which is great. But I couldn't believe it when I found out it was deleted. I thought, what?
Wow!
It's not one of his famous albums, but if you can get Hendrix in the West, it's just incredible, I think. And I borrowed a guitar or two off my cousin, a couple of battered old guitars, and tried to emulate what I was listening to, but it wasn't easy.
And of course, when you were 10 years old, you actually met your idol Lemmy.
12, I think. I was.
12.
Yeah. It was at Hawkwind had played in Cardiff, and the old, now since sadly gone, Capitol Theatre. They were great. They blew my mind. They scared the shit out of me. They did, with all the lights and the weird goings on. And he was the only one in the band that came out into the foyer after to sign autographs. So I'd already bought the program, and I've got it. It's in my house somewhere, but I can't quite place it at the moment. But it's his old style autograph. It goes like and then his Lemmy sign at the bottom. It's like a vertical thing, like. So, but if somebody said to me, "Then, you're going to be in a world famous band with that guy for over 30 years," I'd say, "You're dreaming, pal." So I tell people this because it just goes to show in life anything at all can happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is true, isn't it? I mean, when you first got that call to audition for Motörhead, you must have thought, hang on a second, this is the guy that I've been, following for years.
Yeah, yeah. I sent in a single I did with my previous band, Persian Risk, when I found out they were looking for someone new, and I kind of forgot about it. It was a couple of weeks had gone by, and I came back home from work, and my wife said, "Oh, by the way, those Motörhead people have phoned up. I think this was on like a Tuesday, and they wanted to learn 18 songs by Friday. So I think I managed to learn about 10 or 12.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So
Did you
yeah.
play any, when you were just jamming around with Persian Risk, did you like say, hey guys, I've learnt this song from Motörhead?
No. I didn't tell them because we were so dedicated to Persian Risk. We had a gig in London,
Yeah.
and I was in the back of the van, and you had no contact with the driver at the front. It was one of them old Luton Transits,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, I've got an audition in the morning. How am I going to get out of this now? So I just banged on the van. This is a true story. I banged on
Yeah.
the van. He stopped, and I just got out with my pedal board in the middle of London. Didn't know a soul in London. I had like £10 in my pocket. I said, "Sorry, guys, I just remembered, this guy's going to take a look and fix my pedal board tomorrow in London." And I just got out of the van like that.
So what did they say when they found out?
Well, I took, they weren't too pleased, but then when I said you can support us on the first British tour, I got them on the tour. They were always forgiven then.
Yeah, I bet it was. I bet it
Yeah.
was. Look, Lemmy had a reputation as being a bit larger than life. I mean, what was he like behind the scenes, away from the stage?
He was very articulate. He was very, he was a gentleman. He wouldn't waste a second. He'd be reading, he'd be chatting.
Mm.
He wouldn't suffer fools gladly, kind
Yeah,
of thing. He'd sort of get rid of them in a nice sort of way,
yeah,
or he'd give his assistant a wink, like say, "No, I've had enough of this guy." But
get me
yeah,
out of
he was great. He was great. He'd speak to anyone. He'd stay around talking to fans. He'd bring fans in the dressing rooms. We
here.
all did, yeah. But he's very intelligent,
Yeah,
and he was so underrated as a lyricist.
yeah,
It's a shame, really. And I mean, those who know, they know how good he was. But in the big picture of things, I think Lemmy's lyrics should be well
yeah,
up on a scale.
yeah. And Motorhead itself had a brotherhood energy. I mean, like, how did you guys keep that bond alive for 3 decades?
Well, we didn't want to do proper jobs. That's for one. We just loved it. It was like a family with our crew. A lot of our crew stayed with us for years, and we enjoyed playing our music on stage because we wrote the songs for us. We didn't write for record companies.
Yeah.
We didn't write for fans really. We just wrote for whoever was in the band at that time. Well, music got us off,
Yes.
but I think fans appreciated the honesty and the simplicity of it all.
Yes.
It was coming from the heart with no airs or graces or no backing tapes, no frills. If something blew up, it blew up. If it was a wrong note, it was a wrong note. But you don't get that these days.
No.
Bloody all the tune and everything. There's something about being in the moment. And as soon as you walk on stage now, half the crowd have got their bloody phones in,
I
switch
know.
their phones on.
I know. Put the
Yeah,
phones down. Watch the bloody concert, right?
yeah. I'm in two minds whether to say, look, there's one song you can pick your phones up with, like we
Yeah.
nominate a song, you can video that song, but for God's sake, please put them down. And then after the time they got a light on the top of the camera
Yeah.
as well, so you got like, I don't know, 300 lights in your eyes, camera lights, and they're not living in the moment, and they're gonna watch back the video. It's
Yeah.
gonna look and sound like crap.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that.
And then they'll post it, and then
Yeah,
we'll go, "Wow,
I
okay,
know,
that was good."
I know,
Yeah,
I know. They'd be much better off being in the moment, and
yeah,
just closing their eyes and living and breathing that
hundred
beat or
percent,
that riff. Yeah.
100%. I guess one of the things that you really learnt during that whole time was resilience and individuality in a band like Motorhead. Basically, like you said, you didn't give a fuck about the fans or the record label or anything. It was all about the what
Well,
you
we gave a
wanted
fuck
to
about
do.
the fans, but
Yeah.
musically, we wrote for us.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. And,
we
and
did. We
that individuality is and that resilience. It's
yeah,
blown over.
we were all different characters
Yeah.
as well. Like you have to give and take, compromise.
Yeah.
If you think, oh, what's Phil doing there? Like I said, oh, it's just Phil being Phil or Mickey being Mickey. Like, I rode a horse on stage once in another in Testament set just for fun. Them days you don't see that anymore.
No.
Things like that, but you got to like each other. You've got to have a great sense of humor. You've got to believe in your music, and you've got
Yes.
to enjoy your music.
Yeah.
I think enjoying the music is the main thing. You travel all night on a tour bus, but when you get there, you're gonna light up the world when you get on stage,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I love that.
you're gonna come off drained, and you're gonna think, oh yeah, we gave it to them tonight.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about.
That's a great feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, starting a band with your sons after Motorhead disbanded, obviously,
Well, it did
sadly.
kind of start. It kind of started 2 years before we
Did it?
disbanded. My
Right.
my son had a birthday party, and we hired a band to play. And during the party, me and his brothers, we went up and did a couple of songs with our dear friend singer Neil Starr.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing some cover songs, and then we did a few more gigs after that. I told Lem about it. Lem was all for it. He said, "Yeah, go and enjoy it in the downtime."
Yeah.
And then sadly, then when we dissolved Motörhead and Lem passed away, um, I didn't. I didn't. I just sat at home for like 4 months. I didn't. I was going to retire, to be perfectly honest. And the boys pulled me back out. They said, "Come on, Dad, let's go and
Yeah.
get you out of the house, do some shows." So we just called it Phil Campbell's All Star Band,
Yeah.
just to have a name. And we did some more shows, and festivals started calling, and we were still doing a lot of cover songs. And then one of my boys, which I still don't know to this day who it was, decided to come up with a bastard son's name.
I love it.
And then yeah, there was more interest, and then we decided to start really taking it more seriously and writing our own material.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you balance being both dad and bandmate when you're on the road?
It can be difficult, but usually we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's best not to get involved if there's a debate or an argument about something, or sometimes you need to get involved. So
Yeah.
it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But
Yeah.
to get up, it's great to be able to. We've been on some of the biggest stages in Europe. We've played Olympic auditoriums, Olympic stadiums with Guns N' Roses and people,
Incredible. Yeah.
and to see my boys having fun on these massive stages, which are most kids' dreams.
Mm.
It was my dream.
Mm.
Been living my dream for the last 40 odd years.
Oh, that is it. That's
So
incredible.
yeah,
And
so it
you,
makes all
you,
the airports worthwhile, and the bloody airports. I'm sick of them. I'm sick
yeah,
of airports. I'm sick of vans.
yeah. And what would be the bigger the well the I know you've the biggest festival is probably Wacken, right? But What is the best, traveling around everywhere? What's the best place, the best concert that you looked at and just went, this is just fantastic?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, Hellfest is another
Yeah.
huge festival in France. We've got a huge sculpture of Lemmy down there as well, permanently.
Uh,
I don't know. Probably one of the Guns N' Roses shows we did
yeah.
in one of them huge stadiums. I think with the Ferrari racetrack we played with Guns N' Roses, Imola. That was
Oh,
pretty.
nice.
That was pretty awesome. And then the other week when we opened for Alice Cooper and Judas Priest
Yes.
in the O2 Arena in London, that was huge, and we all went down great. Like I think it was three-quarters full when we went on, and we only had half an hour.
Yeah.
But the audience was fantastic for us. And then Cooper went on, and he blew the place away. And then
Yeah.
we thought our priests are going to have to, kick some major ass here after Alice's set. But
Yeah.
priest fair play, they did. They took the roof off of the place. So it was a very memorable night, though. And it was only 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That three incredible bands, and like between you all, there would have to be 150 years worth of playing right there,
At least.
at least. Yeah, incredible.
You can add a zero to that, probably.
The new album. So Joel Peters, the new singer, the songs on that new album are just off the charts.
Yeah, it was well recorded. Todd produced it.
Yeah,
He did a fantastic job on it. And Soren Anderson, who plays guitar with Glenn Hughes,
yeah,
he mixed it, but Todd produced the thing and oversaw the entire production.
yes,
And yeah, I'm really pleased with it.
yeah.
It's sort of evolved. That's more, we did an EP first, which is still great. I'm proud of them all. Things got to develop, and this was really good, the last album. So
Yes.
after Australia now, we're gonna just before Christmas we're gonna try and put down a couple of drum tracks. We've got about 8 songs written
Right.
so far for the next album.
Yeah.
So and then in January, then we'll go into the studio for a couple of days a week.
Oh, that'd
Todd,
be awesome.
Todd owns his own studio, which is handy for us. So
Yes.
we can go down there any time and rehearse or record.
Yeah. We had a really sad passing. I'm a massive fan. Ozzy Osbourne.
Lemmy wrote the lyrics for 3 or 4 songs on that
No
album.
More Tears.
Mama, I'm Coming Home and some others.
Right.
But
Would you have liked to work with Ozzy then? Yeah. Is it
yeah,
true?
but we did. We toured with him and everything.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was there when he was on our video for I Ain't No Nice Guy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, he was another unique, fantastic bloke.
Yeah.
His music will endure, and no, he's unforgettable. And it was very sad.
It was.
Uh,
It was. Did you
yeah.
did you get along to the uh the
No,
final concert?
we were. I think we just came back from a priest show the night before or
Yeah.
the morning before. Like I watched some of it on the TV and
Yeah.
everything, but I'm sure it was amazing.
Would have been. Would have been. Just looking back over where we are now musically, do you ever think that younger generations can really ever fully understand the lifestyle of bands like Motörhead, or is it something that belonged to a different era? Are you getting a lot of younger people that are just going, hang on a second, I get it?
I think you get a handful of youngsters, but generally, no, they're too busy on their cell phones, like
Aren't they? Yeah.
to
Yeah.
really experience it. I think it's just in many ways it was a simpler time, and I prefer that. I like watching TV programs where you see the town and there's only like 5 or 6 cars parked on the street, like, and things like that.
Right.
It is a different world now for the youngsters. I don't think I'd be wanting to be brought up at this time. I was happy. I was happy I was born when I was born, to tell you the truth.
And I mean, we've gone from tape decks and records to streaming. I mean, has that affected you and how you put out the music as well?
Well, we try to sell vinyl as much as we can and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think we get that many streams compared to the billions that the Taylor Swifts of this world get.
Yeah.
Stuff. But I used to like buying an album, like save up my money, go to the record shop, get the album, the gatefold sleeve, read all about it, look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Read all the information. That was fun. That was something to be proud of. And
what's the last one you've bought?
Album. I can't remember. It's been a while, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I remember the first ones I bought. Probably, it was Hendrix in the West. I bought that one after I heard it. Then Obscured by Clouds, Pink Floyd, maybe.
Nice.
And then Masters of Reality, or Paranoid, or something like that. And Zeppelin 2.
Yes.
Great gatefold there. And if they didn't have if on the gatefold sleeve, 9 times out of 10, they'd put a poster in there for you.
Yeah. Yep. Or the lyrics, so at least you could sing along.
Yeah. The good old days.
The good old days, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to end with a round that I'm going to call Faster Than a Speeding Riff. Okay, so I just wanted you to answer quick questions, no diplomatic answers, just go for it, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right. What's louder, Motörhead on stage or your sons in rehearsal?
Motörhead on stage.
First riff that you ever butchered on guitar?
Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Lemmy in one word. Be honest, not a polite word.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. What's the secret cure for a Motörhead level hangover?
More Motörhead.
I like that. Strangest thing a fan has ever thrown on stage, and did you keep it?
Artificial leg.
Oh, really? Sorry,
I've
got to ask. You didn't keep it?
I threw it back.
Just so, and who did it belong to? The guy that was on the ground at the end, yeah.
I have no idea.
Which riff of yours would you like played at your funeral, just to annoy the priest?
Burner.
Oh, yeah, very good. And finally, is there one song that you secretly wish Motörhead had have covered, even if Lemmy had have said no way in hell?
Yeah, Staying Alive. Bee Gees.
Now, I would pay to see that. That would be awesome. Oh, fantastic. Look, Phil, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Pleasure talking to you, my friend.
Thanks, Phil. Really appreciate it.
Okay, might see you soon then, hopefully.
Thank you. Thanks.
All the best, Shane. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Hit plus or follow to subscribe to the podcast, and head over to Facebook at The Long Way to the Top Podcast and give us a like. Keep on rocking, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Long Way to the Top.